Customizing the portal theme is commonly done to personalize the look and feel of a portal environment. However, modifying the out-of-the-box theme directly is not recommended because the changes made will be lost when a cumulative fix is applied. So before we can customize the theme, we first need to create a copy. In this video, I'll walk through the steps to create a full copy of the Portal 8.5 theme. I will perform these steps using a Portal 9.5 CF19 environment, and this theme copy will be a WAR-based theme, meaning both the static and dynamic resources will be contained within a WAR file and deployed as an EAR file. Now there are multiple themes on Portal 9.5, so to make it clear, this is the default Portal 8.5 theme which I will be working with. The product documentation outlines all the steps to create the copy, so I'll be following it as I go along. The first step is to create a WAR with the static theme resources. I will be using WinSCP as my WebDoc client and the Rational Application Developer for my IDE. In my WebDAV client, I've already set up my server's entry points. I first need to connect to the theme list entry point and copy the ibm.portal.85 theme directory locally. Now I need to place this directory within a directory named Themes and rename the directory to something custom. I will use 9.5 CF19 theme as my custom theme name. Next, we need to rename the hidden skin and delete all the other skins. I will use 9.5 CF19 skin as my custom skin name. Next, I need to create a dynamic web project. This project will be for the static resources, so I'll use the name 9.5 CF19 theme static. I need to set the dynamic web module version to 2.4. I will rename the EAR to just be 9.5 CF19 theme EAR because I plan to add both the static and dynamic projects to this EAR. I'll click Finish, but if I needed to customize any other values like the context root, I could proceed to the other screens of the wizard. Now once the project is created, I need to copy my local themes directory to the web content directory. Once that's copied, I need to set the whitelist and blacklist context parameters in my project's web.xml. I don't need the welcome file list, so I'll clear that out. With the static part done, the next part is to copy the dynamic theme resources. I first need to create another dynamic web project. This one I'll name 9.5 CF19 theme dynamic. Set the web module version to 2.4 again and include it in my already existing EAR project. I'll keep the default context root, which is the name of the project. Now, using an FTP client, I will connect to my 9.5 CF19 portal server and copy the default themes 8.5.war. I won't be copying the entire war directory to my project, but I'm copying the entire war directory locally just to make things easier. Now I'll copy over the skins and themes directory to the web content directory of my project. Next, I'll copy the decorations.xml, plugin.xml, and the TLD directory to the web-inf directory of my project. The last step in this section is to update the web.xml with the whitelist and blacklist context parameters. Again, I'll remove the welcome file list. With both the static and dynamic resources copied, I need to update the resource references. First, opening up plugin.xml, I need to ensure that all the IDs are unique. Ensuring the IDs are unique will prevent conflicts from the out-of-the-box 8.5 theme. So if you deploy your custom theme and the out-of-the-box theme stops working, this is likely the culprit. With the IDs set, I now need to rename the dynamic hotspot mappings. Now, since my theme has a different module ID, I need to open and update all the theme profiles with this new module ID. If we don't update the profiles, when my custom theme is rendered, it will try to use the out-of-the-box Portal 8.5 theme module on resources instead of its own. With all the profiles updated, I need to update theme_en.html with the new dynamic hotspot mapping names. Going back to plugin.xml, I can just copy the new name and do a find and replace in my theme HTML file. I should also update plain_en.html. Plain_en.html is used when you edit the portlet preferences using managed pages, so updating it now will prevent any future issues. Now, I'm only updating the English versions of these files, but depending on which languages the portal environments will support, the corresponding locale files also need to be updated. With the references updated, I can now deploy and register my theme following these steps. I will first export the project as an ER file. Next, using the WAS admin console, I'll install the application. On step 2, I need to make sure I map the applications to my portal server. Once the application is installed, I can start it. If the application fails to start, we would need to review the systemout.log and correct any issues before proceeding. At this point, the application is installed, but Portal is unaware that this application is a Portal theme. So now I need to register it so I can use it within Portal. To register it, I'll use XML Access. The documentation says to first export all the current themes and skins using an input.xml file. I've already created this file on my server, so I will just SSH into my server and run the XML access on this input.xml file. Once a task is complete, I'll transfer over the resulting register theme.xml file locally so I can edit it. First, I'll remove all the skins except the hidden skin and all the themes except the Portal 8.5 theme. Next, I need to edit the skin to point to my custom skin. First, I'll set the default to false since I don't want this skin to be the default skin in my environment. The object ID needs to be deleted so it doesn't conflict with the out-of-the-box hidden skin. I'll need to update the resource root and unique name. Now to make things easier to read, I'll clear out all the locale data, leaving only the English title. I'll need to update the title of my skin. The context root should point to the dynamic war content root. I can confirm what that is by going to the EARS project's application .xml file and copying that over. The last item I need to update is the skin template, which is specified in the com.ibm.skin.template.ref parameter. Since the static resources are now in the war, I need to change it from pointing to WebDAV to a war, and then update the context root of the static war. The path also needs to resolve to my skin, so I need to update the theme and skin directory names. With that, all the edits needed for my skin are complete. Moving on, I need to perform similar and some additional edits for the theme. Context root should point to the dynamic war. This theme won't be the default on my server, so I'll set that to false. I can set the default skin for this theme by copying over the unique name of my custom skin. Delete the object ID. Set a unique name for the theme. Again, I'll remove the additional locale titles for readability purposes. For the allowed skins, I can remove all but one and set the remaining one to my custom skin. For the theme template, which is specified in the com.ibm.portal.theme.template.ref parameter, I can copy over the path from my skin template, excluding the skin directory. Finally, set the title. With the file saved, I can FTP it back to the portal server, and then using XML access, I can register my theme. Now, if I go to the themes and skins under portal administration, I should now see both my theme and skin listed, and I do. To make sure everything is working, I use Manage Pages to create a test page and assign my theme from the list. Now if I hit my test page, I should see a blank page with what looks like the default Portal 8.5 theme. And it does. At this point, I have not made any customizations, so we shouldn't see any differences. However, if we look at the systemout.log, which I was telling in my SSL terminal, we can see when my test page is rendered, it loaded resources from my custom web application. So that's an easy way to tell it's coming from my custom theme. So I now have a fully functioning copy of the Portal 8.5 theme deployed within a year file and registered using XML access. I can now make customizations to the dynamic and static resources within my projects, then export and update my existing year as needed.